My name is Palesa, and you are watching The Talk, the show where we focus on your mental wellness and trying to sort out all the different questions that women may have about certain situations in society. And today we're going to be discussing transactional relationships. I definitely can't have this conversation on my own. I will be joined by none other than my beautiful guests in studio. We have Kolo, who is a psychologist.
I was not briefed that I'm the psychologist.
He is a psychologist and life coach. And we have Grace. She is a businesswoman and she knows a thing or two about the Slay Queen life. So now we're going to have this conversation, and thank you everybody at home. Please do make sure that you comment, you check, and you
Come to the right.
Yes, you comment, you like, you call us in. There's a number on the screen. Please do hit us up. We want to hear from you. Now, before we get too much into, the conversation and the topic at hand, I would like us to play a video. This is an interview by a girl who was actually a slay queen herself, and she did an interview, and we just want to have a conversation about transactional relationships right afterwards. Thank you.
Hockey club.
Oh my. A hockey club is a secret society that I also speak about in the book, where there's different kinds of places that I mentioned, but the one that everybody knows is the one in Bryanston. It's a house where all these rich people and all these
Bryanston.
Konala.
Okay.
It's all these where these rich people entertain themselves, where young boys sleep with older men, and girls sleep with older men, and there's all kinds of sexual transactions. You would see these slay queens and slay kings who don't have an actual profession posting that they're going to Dubai, they are flying with private jets, they have the best clothes, they drive the fanciest cars. But when you do a lifestyle audit, everything they have acquired does not amount to what they really make, or if they do have a job at all. So it's things like the hockey club, where a politician or a rich man would say, you're a socialite, can you hook me up with 4 or 5 girls for this particular thing, and then we'll pay you for that? Or can you hook me with your wife? I want your wife. Are you willing to trade your wife for 300,000? Or can you hook me with a celebrity that can entertain me, and then I will give you a fee for that? So, I mean, there's a lot of people on social media who are doing it and then pretending.
Interesting interview there by Jackie Pamoti, who wrote a wonderful book called Bear, and it did really well. I am here in studio with my guests. I just want to head over to you, Grace. As a businesswoman, as somebody who has made their money legitimately, you've gone to school, you have your accolades, but you do run into those people who claim to have businesses and claim to be making, real money doing the small things that they do. But then you check the audit and you find that, oh my goodness, actually, how are you living this lifestyle? Can you just give us your insight on, just discrepancies in the business industry?
Mixed feelings, yeah. Talking about it in business, yeah. I think if they found actually love with what they do, they can still continue to do so. But it's really depending on one person or another. So in a business cycle, so you just need to put the same effort that you're actually doing selling the bottle, the same that you can put in your business, say the cell phone.
Yeah, but then there's a lot of question around the fact that There are people that are pretending to have businesses, but in real life, they are selling
Selling what?
their bodies.
Their bodies. Are we live?
Oh no! Okay.
This is hectic.
Yeah.
You coming with
They're
accusations?
pretending,
Why are you accusing people
I
of
mean,
such things?
this is basically the discussion that Jackie Committee is having,
Mm.
And there's a lot of people, that are
There's a lot of
commenting
people.
on social media saying that, they don't mind, going out to the club, even if it means just for a bottle. You find that there's women that are getting splashed on with champagne,
Yeah.
just for that lifestyle for the evening or that lifestyle for the month. You never know how you're going to pay your rent the next month. It's all about getting
That's
the bag
one thing,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Just getting the bag right now. Just have pictures on Facebook. Go enjoy life, but you don't know how to pay your rent,
Exactly.
and you don't have a car. You're actually Ubering,
Yeah.
but you're spending 100,000 rand on a holiday. But in actual fact, it's not the money that they're giving them. They're paying for them. Yes, they're
Yes.
giving something, but you need to show off to
And
keep that
they're doing
lifestyle,
it-
to get another person, another businessman to come actually to you to say, okay, cool, she's already expensive, then I need to maintain the same lifestyle.
Yes.
So when she tells you, yeah, I'm worth 50,000, so you can think, oh yeah, because she goes to Dubai, she goes to the US, and that's actually a lifestyle.
And
yeah.
people don't actually understand that, just because you see that they're going to Dubai and to wherever on Instagram, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're living that actual life.
No.
Well, the fridge is empty. We have Kolo here, who is our psychologist. And can you just give us an understanding of why it is that, we have so many men and women, as we heard from that interview, who are ready to sell their souls for a bottle of champagne?
You see, priorities are not the same for different people, right?
Yes.
So you get that someone has seen something on social media and the lifestyle they see on social media, and the truth of the matter is that obviously we are human beings. We're always becoming every day. We will never be like static in terms of what we aspire to have in our lives. So when you see other people living a lavish life, you also wish that you could live the kind of life as well. But with known unemployment rate in South Africa, it's kind of difficult for people to go and now live that kind of life without having means of making money, right? And the only option that you'd find, there are many other options, but there's one outstanding option which is like available to you at that moment, where selling your body, doing a body trade, is then now the only option that you can go for in terms of making this fast money for yourself. So when we were doing a study, when I was back at varsity, we were checking in terms of how people make their money. One way or the other, there's always going to be an inappropriate I'm saying inappropriate way,
yes.
because there are things that we also do ourselves. We don't deem them as inappropriate, but selling off a body is inappropriate. Do you get what I'm saying?
1 second there. We'll get back to you. Tepiso from Tembisa says that yes, the psychologist is telling the truth. However, there are people that are basically still in varsity, having a good life, and they still go and opt for the easier option. Like I was saying, not everybody's going to be like Grace, who's going to work her way up and become a businesswoman and, get her degree. Sometimes they feel like that journey is way too long.
Yeah.
I would rather get the Louis Vuitton bag now with in 10 minutes. I'll
And you
have
can't
it.
blame them. Like the famous saying, different strokes for different folks. I mean, if you want to go the long route, I mean, it's up to you. You get to decide. It's your life. If someone else who decides to be a slave queen and they're gonna make their own money from using their body, it's their own life. At the end of the day, we can only have these conversations, but we can't really stop what they want to do.
Okay, we will be back in just a few. Thank you guys so much for your comments. Thank you guys so much for your calls. We're going to be taking calls after the break. However, I'm seeing a lot of comments. I'm seeing a lot of hays and highs. What's up, guys? We will be reading your questions and taking your calls after this. are here on The Talk. I am your host, Palesa Haji, and I am joined by psychologist Kolo, and I am joined by businesswoman and empowerment specialist Grace. And, I...
You're laughing like were you part of this hockey club at some point of your life?
Oh, absolutely not. Goodness.
Okay.
I am seeing a lot of comments, and that's actually why I'm laughing. People are very two-sided about this whole thing. You know, there are people that are saying, you know what, dude, at the end of the day, as long as you're making your money, as long as you're paying your bills, it doesn't matter how you pay your bills. And that's the perspective that you were giving, is that there's different ways to make money.
Yeah.
It's becoming a norm right now to, have, reciprocal relationships where it's like, I'm going to give you this. If you give me this, I'm going to give you sex. If you give me this, I'm going to, And I just want to know the psychological... and this is also a question from Ututu from Transkei. She wants to know the psychological effects that transactional relationships have on your mind. Because I don't see how, you're going to be selling your body.
Yeah.
Basically, because that is what it is. There are rumors, people get pooed on, people get peed on. They're treated like things. You know what I mean? Because you are a thing at that time. You are a thing that I get my pleasure from. I pay you, you leave. You're a service,
Yeah.
So now, what does this do to your psychology? Like, what does this do to your your wellness mentally?
Whew, it's a difficult one. When it comes to psychological effects, obviously, you get people that become oblivious, if I may put it like that, or people who... why are you laughing?
I think that was always high, yeah, because something that...
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is that, for example, you get someone who's always gotten their money through sex, or maybe sleeping with some old man at the Bryanston Hockey Club, and the next thing now, whenever you have to work for your money, it's something that you're not used to. You're always going to complain. You're always going to be complaining. Maybe you get a job now, for example, and all of a sudden you have to start making your own money. You're constantly going to keep on, complaining about the job, and you're getting depressed, stressed, all
because
those things.
The money's not coming in as quick as it
Exactly. It's something that you're not used to.
Yep.
And people that are in business like Grace, I'm sure she'll agree with me, is that the stress is normal to them. With that, you have to go and work for your own money. But to you,
downs.
it's an abnormal one, because now you've never done
also
this in your
there's
life.
ups and downs, I mean, sometimes in business, things are not always going to be great.
G.
Whereas with them, they're used to, you show up,
Yes.
pay.
Yes. And
You know
big
what I'm
amounts.
saying? And big amounts at very quick time.
Yeah.
Interesting perspective. I see a Palesa says that I don't care, I will do my thing, but thanks for the talk. Shout out to you, Palesa. Mandla says he's enjoying the show. Shout out to you too, Mandla. I think we're ready to take a phone call. Please do holler at us, guys. The number is on the screen. Be part of our WhatsApp community. Suggest any topics that you feel like we need to cover here on The Talk. We are here for you and your mental
There's
health.
that person I can see they're trying to call you there.
All right, let's hear what I love hearing from you guys. It's so great. Love hearing from you guys. Please,
Hello.
guys, the number is on the screen.
There.
Hi,
Camera.
Dumelang.
Look at the camera.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Great, yes, I can.
Okay, great. Keegan, what is your question?
My question on this whole conversation that you hosts and guests just had, so speaking about like money and everything, my question to you is, if you were in like a desperate situation, would you consider doing such?
Wow. I think that question was directed at Kolo. Thank you so much, Keegan. It was great hearing from you.
What was
Thank
the
you for
question?
calling. It was, if you are in a desperate situation,
Desperate situation. What
Yes,
you
sir.
do, yeah.
would you recall? Would you ever
Or
sell
sell
your body
If I was in what?
in a desperate situation?
Who, me? Yeah, no, definitely. I'll do it. And I will do it again.
Yeah.
And I will do it again and again and again. You know why? Because sometimes you, for all the opportunities that you've lost in the past, you think you have regrets today, right? And you never know. I mean, I don't know how to put this because obviously, my boss is watching and my boss is sitting next to me. So I'll tell you after the show. I'll call you directly, Keegan. But you know what I mean. You know?
Understood.
Yeah.
As for you know what I mean. I think from my side, let's make it clear. Let's close off the show. Thank you guys so much for your comments. You guys are giving great feedback. Love the comments that we are getting. Love the fact that you guys are engaging. You guys are having a lot of there's a lot of mixed emotions here. So let us make it clear in the room. I think when it comes to transactional relationships and having sex for money, I really feel like it's all in the if you're going to do it, it's all in the how you do it. I believe in taking back a little bit of power. Don't do it without protection, all those different things. And I don't know,
definitely.
I think just play by your own rules. We're not in the business of judging people here. We're not in the business of making people feel small for what they do.
True.
And even the way that they think, because we've never been in those positions before in our lives. Luckily for us, but this is life and things are different for everyone.
Definitely.
My only thing is that always be in control of your own situation
And always be
your
safe.
own life, and always be safe, because you don't want to look back 5 years from now and you want to switch your whole life up, but you can't because you're still carrying the actual scars of the things you used to do 5 years ago. You know, things like unplanned
Pregnancies
and diseases, So you always want to make sure that a phase is just a phase.
Yeah.
And it's not a scar
Yeah.
across your face.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have any closing statements that you'd like to share.
I think you just need to, in everything that you do, there are consequences that you need to suffer from. If you choose to go that way, please suffer the consequences, and please don't blame other people.
Yes.
For your own choice. Don't blame other people, but do it well. Have like an objective in your life and purpose. Yeah.
Well said.
That's what I can say. Yeah.
That is well said.
Well said, 100%.
And I just feel like from my side, I share the same sentiments, If you're going to do it, yes, go do it. But at the end of the day, you must be able to take the consequences. You must be able to
And
deal
there
with
are
the repercussions
consequences.
of whatever that you've put towards that, is it body trade or what? Yeah. Transactional
Yeah.
relationships, yeah. And is it like, I think, who do you think does it most? Is it the females or males?
I actually think it's very much
both.
a both-sided thing, because after hearing the interviews that I've heard from Jackie Palesa and
Yeah.
just the expose she did, the book,
I think it's more females.
it's incredible how much people are willing to go
Yeah.
just to get a nice car.
Well, I would do it for a BMW, you guys.
And there you have it. Our psychologist Kolo would do it for a
I'm such a bad psychologist.
BMW. My name
Bad
is
psychologist.
Palesa, and at the end of the day, guys, always take care of yourselves and take care of each other. This is Palm TV. My name is Palesa. Next week, same time, same place. Bye.